So hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Amesey's Corner. How you guys doing out there? So come into work today, and I met a man who brought a really unique vehicle to me. Now I know what you're thinking. Is that a 53 MGT? No, it's a 70s Super Beetle. This is one of those MGT kit cars based on a Volkswagen chassis. Now this has been converted to electric. The gentleman that brought it here actually had it given to him as long as he agreed to show it and to use it as a teaching tool. There's the power on it. The reason he brought it to me today is the parking brake, he believes, is sticking. He says he drove it around, he put it back in his garage, and or the storage shelter he has for it, and he smelt the burning smell, and he felt the rear wheels, and one of them was really hot. So I got to get in there and sort the brakes out, put this thing up on the lift, and figure out whatever else it might need to be safe for him. Pretty interesting car, pretty neat to look at. When I was a kid, when I was really young, these were really common. I remember growing up seeing these all over the place. These and a bunch of other of the Volkswagen kit cars. The names don't come to mind, but they look, you know, the Italian styling kit cars were really popular. And yeah, this is loosely based on a 50s MGT, I believe they call it. Alright guys, we get this thing up on the lift. I was a little nervous lifting it just because of where the weight and the center of balance is on an electric car is a little different than a gas car. But neat little machine. It's definitely showing some signs of age. Let's take a look at what we got. Looks like a pretty, mostly brand new front end on it. Everything looks fresh and nice and tight up here and new and all that. Good looking front brakes. Everything looks reasonably good shape. Chassis is a little rough. It's like it's got some rust issues covered up by some creative Bondo patching. That concerns me slightly. You know, I mean, it doesn't look like as bad as the Sonnet was, but definitely got some weird fiberglass patches here and there. But overall, it seems pretty sound. Here's that transmission he had to have rebuilt. You can see all the fresh tranny anaerobic sealant everywhere. There's the reverse light switch. It should probably, well, maybe that's the reverse light switch. Looks like the switch is leaking. Let's say that's the source of his leak right there. Looks like that switch is leaking at the plastic. So what's that one? And what's that one? I'm not totally sure which one's which. Not a very big leak. I bet you that I don't have anything on the floor. I bet you that's pretty much negligible, as long as you check it every oil change, check the fluid level. The brakes, this wheel spins nice. This left side here is definitely hanging up. Yep, that's definitely got a good amount of drag. That's probably why this car has such a hard time at higher speeds, you know, 45 miles an hour. It seemed to be lacking a little. I bet you it's this brake. Definitely got some good heat in there and normal over there. So we'll have to see what we'll have to take this wheel off and see what's going on in there. There's the motor install, the big aluminum plate that people use in these conversions. They just mate this motor shaft, the armature shaft, right to the input shaft on the transmission. That's pretty much the way these go. There's the clutch fork, which, you know, isn't needed anymore. That must be the throttle. Yeah, that's the throttle. Going to this potentiometer. I don't know if you guys can see it. That's would be the speed controller. All right. Some more of that weird Bondo fiberglass patching on the tub. Definitely needs to have all this stuff peeled off, all this Bondo peeled off, so you can treat the rust and patch it where needed. Oh, neat little car, boys. Neat little car. That's what I like about working at an independent shop like this. It's just the neat stuff we see day in and day out. Typically when I work at the dealers, we would just see the same, you know, the line of cars you work on, and varying modifications to those, but they're still the same old car. I like getting stuff like this now and again. Makes for an interesting job. So anyways, I'm going to we'll set you guys up, and let's take that left rear wheel off and see what's going on in those brakes. Maybe it's the cables frozen up. Maybe there's something going on in there. So that's the first order of business, getting this wheel to spin. Alright guys, I got this thing all Got these brakes all adjusted up. That looks like someone had a real tough time with that left side at one point. They, from adjusting it, it looks like they wore out the holes to make them oblong from the adjuster holes. Kind of leads me to believe that somebody was beating their head against that left rear wheel for some time, but I think I got it pretty good. I think I got the parking brake pretty good. Let me try it out. Oh yeah. Car doesn't like pushing that. Such an interesting little vehicle. Such a cool little thing. You know, I always liked the. I always had a soft spot for the Volkswagen Beetle replica cars. You could turn a Beetle into. But just making something like this electric just kind of makes sense to me. You know, you get the quiet cleanliness of the electric motor. The not having to deal with the gas stations or anything, and electric's the way of the future. There's just no way around that. Everything's going to be electric sooner or later. They say the gasoline's running out and all that jazz, but this car really makes me want to do some type of electric car conversion. I really like this. I really like the idea of it. I like the setup. I think it's a cool little thing. If any of you out there are thinking on making an electric conversion, check this guy out right here. I guess that's the authority in the area. If you want to build one of these cars, that's that guy's going to be a good help to you with supplies and signing off on the car. I guess you have to have somebody sign off on these, on an electric vehicle conversion. An authority the gentleman was explaining to me. We'll have to get the gentleman that owns this car to do an actual interview with him. But just a neat thing. I can't help but smile driving it. I'm just cruising along about 200 watts or so. You know, I'm not using full throttle. I think I'm in second gear. It just motors right along, not really drawing much power on this hill. Seems the gear, selecting the gear is the way to go. Getting a lot of thumbs up. You get a lot of thumbs up in a car like this, that's for sure. Well, anyways, guys, just a neat little project. I hope we see a lot more of this car. And until next time, guys, keep it out of the cabbage.